dirty dishes are everywhere. Another very luxurious daily task. I didn't want to do anything, I wasn't motivated, I was like going through some like trauma. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Chomp down on it. Some spinach. How and why?
This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence.
What you tune on? Rocks? Hello? Hi, sweetie. Good morning, my beautiful friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I so far definitely am. It is about 10:30 in the morning. I had a very slow morning, and when I first woke up, I actually spent a lot of time just messaging a bunch of friends and staying up to date with them and whatever. And the next thing you know, it was like 2 hours later, and today our plan is to fix our freaking table because I forgot it was leaning up against my car one day. I drove away and it just smashed onto the ground. It broke the wood, and then plus multiple rain events has just warped the wood. So it's time to fix it, it's time to stain it, it's time to get that done and over with. So we need to go find a Home Depot, wherever the hell that is going to be, and fix that up for ourselves, and then enjoy the rest of our day. First things first, I got to clean up a bunch of dishes and just kind of get my car a little bit more organized. Clothes are everywhere, dirty dishes are everywhere, and I'll bring you along for the journey. I want to warn you, it's not very luxurious to wash your dishes without a sink. So save your judgments, but I gotta do what I gotta do, and it works for me, so that's what matters. I got my soap dish, and my sponge here. Wet my sponge, soap my sponge, give everything a scrub, and then I set it aside, and I do that with everything that I'm washing. And then I rinse. Is it embarrassing for people to drive by while you're doing dishes on a wall? Slightly, but I don't let it bother me. Another very luxurious daily task that you have to do: dump the water out of your cooler from the ice that's melted in it. So I just crack my lid a little bit and dump. Give it a good wipe and put her back where she belongs. I really need to find a recycling bin. Also, hunger just hit me and I realized I haven't had breakfast yet, so let's make some food. So I've got these protein whole wheat wraps, and we're just gonna shove a bunch of stuff into it and hope for the best. Hummus. Water got into our hummus, so we had to dump some water out of our hummus container, so that was a fun activity yesterday. I don't know what it is, but my body loves purple foods like red cabbage and red onion and stuff. When I don't have them in my diet for whatever reason, there's just something inside of me that's like, this is wrong. I don't want a red onion, I just kept chopping for whatever reason, I don't know. Get your fermented foods in, even on the road. Got some kimchi. This isn't my favorite type of kimchi, like I'd rather like actual chunks of cabbage and stuff, but this is like sauerkraut kimchi. It's basically just spicy sauerkraut, which is fine, and it's vegan, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Some spinach, this wrap is gonna be hard to eat, and some sriracha.
Slight left.
Oops. I messed up.
One in a million.
So the plan really is to just get this looking a lot better and more functional than it is right now. Let's just make it beautiful again. That's the real plan. I am currently just off of the road, so you're gonna hear some cars driving past. I apologize in advance, but this is part of living on the road. You just kind of end up where you end up and do what you gotta do where you end up. With that said, let's try to put some screws into this wood. Even though I don't have a drill, I am doing this by hand with a multi-tool. I don't have the right bit. All right, might as well not get freaking too hung up over it. It is what it is. You gotta go, you gotta get the stuff. Just go and do it and stop complaining, okay? All right, baby, we're back. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Can you imagine if I bought the wrong screwdriver? Oh, jeez. That would be hilarious. The screw just broke. How and why? And now it's stuck in my screwdriver. How and why? What the actual hell just happened? Some people hate sanding. I actually don't mind it at all. I think it's kind of satisfying, actually. A very quick yet massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video and helping me to create a wonderful website that I'm super proud to present. I think is really beautiful and cool, but also easy to use for all of you guys to access all of the super yummy recipes that I have up on there. I simply went into Squarespace, picked a template that I already thought was really beautiful, and then just played around with it and made it unique for myself. I played with the text, played with the format, and of course, played with the colors because I love my colors. You can go in and do the exact same thing as well. Pick a beautiful template that you think is super cool and then make it unique and special to whatever you got going on the internet anyways. Whether you're just sharing your story or you got an entire e-commerce business going, Squarespace has got your back and you can try them out for free, a free trial at squarespace.com. And when you're ready to launch your beautiful website, head over to squarespace.com/JuliaAyres to get 10% off of your first purchase of a domain or website. Again, thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So I've had my first bear experience now. I was at the other place and this car drove by and was like, hey, just to let you know, like there's some bears coming. They're like probably, you know, a number of minutes down the road, like whatever. And I was like, okay, like, thanks. Nonchalant about it for some reason. I don't know why I didn't just like pack up my stuff right then and there and like get going. But I was like, all right, well, you know, I gotta let my stain, whatever. Like they're probably not even gonna come like walking up the road, right? Like they're probably just gonna like go into the bush and I'll never see them. Not true. So not true. They were 30 feet away from my car. I noticed them crawling up out of the woods, out into like the parking lot area of where I was parked. They were 30 feet away from my freaking car and I'm like grabbing everything. I'm like throwing everything into my car. Luckily the stain was pretty well dry. It's a quick dry stain, so, or sealant I should say. I threw them into my car, threw everything else in there, and drove here. But that was my first bear experience. It was pretty freaky. I wish I got a clip of me freaking out. I wish I got a clip of the bears. There's so many regrets, but sometimes when you're in the moment and you're just like, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, the last thing that you're thinking about is, oh, my YouTube channel. I should get a picture. This like memorable moment. Like that wasn't going through my head whatsoever. Ooh, I have a little bit of an idea.
I know a place and it's pretty far away. Well, we could leave tomorrow and be there by Saturday.
Hair in the mouth. So we're not going on a very long hike, and to be honest, it's not even really a hike, it's a walk in the park. Technically, it's only about 4 kilometers, and in my opinion, that is a walk in the park. So it's still going to be really beautiful, and I'm still going to pack up everything that I need just in case, but also because we're walking around Lost Lake and I want to hang out at the lake and go for a little swim, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be out and about. So going to fill up my little water bag. This is amazing. I just throw it in the bottom of my backpack and I hang the straw out of my backpack and I can just drink while I walk, and it's great in my opinion. So just fill it up here. So I got about 1 liter in here, and I don't think I'm gonna need anything more than that. So I'm just gonna fill up 1 liter, and I also kind of have to conserve some water because I don't have a lot left, and there isn't a lot of places to fill up my big water jug, unfortunately, and I haven't been able to like exchange my water jug for a new one. I've just been having to like fill it up at random places, and sometimes they're kind of hard to find. But this thing is so cool. It's just a little straw that you bite a little bit. Obviously you don't have to like chomp down on it. You just like add a little bit of pressure with your teeth and, you know, suck normally like a straw. And it's perfect. Although sometimes the first little drink that you get is like boiling hot because it's been sitting in the straw, and the straw is like hanging out of my backpack in the sun. So like the first like sip, you're like, oh my God, I'm drinking like tea. And then it gets like cold and you're like, oh, thank God.
On my brain, but got it good, can't complain. It's like I'm losing my mind.
There was a harder trail right beside the easy trail. You best bet I picked it. Your girl's ovulating right now, so I got lots of energy. I'm ready to spend it. There's nothing to be ashamed of for me saying that also. Some people think it's weird. It's fine. You have lower energy on your period or around your period. You have higher energy when you're ovulating, and you should definitely exploit the fact that when you have higher energy, you can do fun things and do more things. Like last week, I was having such a hard time because I was just like so spent on energy because, well, I guess a week and a half ago, because I was on my period. And I didn't want to do anything. I wasn't motivated. I was like going through some like trauma and like dealing with some trauma and like some emotions that were coming up from like external sources. So yeah, it just like wasn't necessarily a super fun and like high energy time. So now that I'm feeling a lot better and feeling more high energy and more ready to like go out and do things and live my life, I am going to do that. Don't think that just because you have a low week means that the rest of your life has to be low. Take advantage of when you have lots of energy, and also know that when you do things that you enjoy, you cultivate energy as well. When you give yourself love and care and time to do things that you truly enjoy, and you can take life a little bit more slowly. You can take life a little bit more slowly. That doesn't mean that you don't set time aside for the things that you love. What that means is just you're not rushing, and gotta be here, gotta be there, gotta talk to this person, gotta do this, and your brain just going a million miles a minute. I write a list of everything that I need to do in a day, but I don't always get that done. And that's fine, because life is about living too. And I want to live life this way. So I'm gonna take that time to do that.
'Cause I was crying yesterday, but
Okay, this may sound a little funny, but I just think there's something so freaking magical about the fact that there are human beings swimming in a lake surrounded by mountains. Like, how the fuck did we even find this? You know? Like, I just think this is so freaking crazy and cool. The fact that we can just be in nature surrounded by trees and like massive rocks that are like emerging from the freaking ground that still have snow on top of them. It's literally insanity and so magical. And it makes my heart so happy.
So at this point in the video, my microphone disconnected from my camera and I lost all sound. But after my beautiful lake swim, I went to grab ice and then we went back to our little camping spot and made some dinner. Chopped up some onions, some ginger, some garlic, some carrots, and some shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms have just become like a part of my identity recently. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love them so much. They tend to be a lot more expensive than other mushrooms, but every once in a while I see them on sale and then I just like grab a shit ton. Started off by sauteing my onion, ginger, and garlic, and then threw my carrots and a few splashes of water in there as well. And then I made myself a miso lemon sweet sauce. And I have a reel kind of going a little bit crazy right now, and people are like, maple syrup and miso, try it out, okay? Just try it out. Don't hate me. Don't hate me, sister. It's delicious, okay? Don't knock it till you try it. But anyways, I added some bok choy and some fresh basil to the mixture as well, and then read my book as everything was cooking and sauteing and getting all delicious and juicy. And then once everything was ready, I plated up my quinoa, plated up my saucy stir fry, and then watched the sun glow over the mountain, and truly just enjoyed the view. There's something so magical about being able to just see a massive rock being lit up by the sun, and I encourage you to get out in nature. After that, I munched on some chocolate and finished reading my book in the car until I fell asleep. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I just want to thank you for being here and thank you for supporting my channel. If you could do me a quick favor and hit that like button and the subscribe button, it would truly light my heart up inside, and I will see you guys again so very soon.